this is Lauren, and I wanted to pop in with a very special mini episode of the Beard Out podcast today. I'm by myself. I've got nobody else with me here, but tomorrow, December 19th, is John's daughter, Cecelia, and my niece. It's her second birthday. And so I said to myself, I want to put something out there in the world for everybody to know that it's Cecilia's birthday. So first and foremost, happy birthday, Cecelia. And in staying in line with what the Beard Owl podcast is all about, I want to give some life lessons through the lens of Weird Al. So this is my top 5. Number 1, be kind. I think the one thing that's kind of rung through in a lot of the discussions that I've had, with John and with some of the other people that have been on this show is that Weird Al is just a good, nice guy. And I think that is no more evident than in the fact that he gets permission to do every single parody that he does, even though he doesn't have to. He does it because he respects other people and he wants to be nice about, making fun of their stuff. So he asks, hey, can I make fun of your stuff? And I think that's pretty cool. Number 2, be weird. That should go without saying, but to put it in a little bit of context, it's mostly just owning yourself and being true to yourself and just embracing who you are no matter what that is. As long as you're a decent person, again, and we've already established that Weird Al is a decent person, but as long as you're a decent person, being yourself isn't bad, right? Yeah, so just be who you are, and, if somebody's going to call you weird, just say, you know what? Yeah, I kind of am, and that's okay. We're all weird, I think, in our own way anyway, right? Number 3, love what you love. So enjoy the stuff that you enjoy and enjoy it with every fiber of who you are. I think a lot of Weird Al's music kind of shows us that, right? For instance, Addicted to Spuds. The man wrote an entire song about potatoes, all the different forms of potatoes, and how great potatoes are. And he also wrote a song about Spam, and how great Spam is, I guess. I mean, not everybody likes Spam, but heck, the narrator of that song likes Spam, so you know what? Let him do it. I don't care. He's not hurting anybody. Number 4, everything you know is wrong. Now that seems kind of like a weird bit of advice to want to give to somebody, but everything you know isn't necessarily right or true. Something that you have in your brain could be wrong. I think when we had Dad on the show, he kind of proved to us that some stuff that we know is wrong, and then it got proved that some stuff that he knows is wrong, and, nobody's infallible, right? So take other information from other people, and you can always change your mind based off what other people have to say. And number 5, dare to be stupid. I think, especially since I'm talking to Cecelia mostly with this as life advice, but really for the world, right? But in this family, if you're not a little bit stupid, and I don't mean stupid in a dumb way, I mean stupid as in it's just oh, that's stupid, you're being so stupid, stupid as in having a good time and not necessarily doing what, everybody else does. That's okay. But to think about it in another way, dare to be stupid. You're going to screw up sometimes. You may do stupid things sometimes. You may do something that doesn't work out the way that you thought it would work out. That's also okay. Weird Al made UHF, and that wasn't a big blockbuster hit at all. But we're talking about it now over 30 years later because people still love it. So it may have seemed like a screw up or a misstep or a failure at first, but that's not how it ended up, right? So those are my top 5 lessons, life lessons that we can learn from Weird Al. Be kind, be weird, love what you love, everything you know is wrong, and dare to be stupid. So that's what I have for you today. As far as the podcast goes, we've got some cool stuff coming up. We have a Christmas episode next week that is really not about Christmas at all, but there's some Christmas stuff in there. I think you'll like it. And then the following week is our epic compilation podcast with a bunch of other podcasters out there in the world. I think that'll be a whole lot of fun for people to hear. So I don't have a beer today yet. I'm probably going to go crack one in a minute here, but for those of you that need me to mention the beverage that I have, right now I have a Pamplemousse LaCroix sparkling water. We've talked about my affinity for these things on the show in the past, and I do enjoy them very much. I just felt like I had to mention that. I don't know. But anyway, it would be pretty cool if any of our followers here on Twitter or other various social medias could give Cecelia a birthday shout out. She's turning the big 2 tomorrow. 2, the deuce. Nothing like a good number 2. So Cecilia's turning 2 tomorrow. I can't believe it. Heck, I can't believe John can drive, let alone be a father of a child that's 2. So, there we are. But anyway, have a wonderful day, and we'll come at you next time, people.